There's a liquid that costs less than $1 that makes any car interior look factory new. Cracked plastic dashboards that look 20 years older than the car, stained cloth seats covered in rings from every coffee spill since the day it rolled off the lot, sun-faded leather panels peeling at the seams. Well, one wipe with this formula erases years of neglect, ground in filth, and embedded grime that you assumed was permanent damage. Professional detailers charge $200 to $500 for this exact transformation. The formula sitting under your kitchen sink does the same thing. They did not stop sharing this because it was dangerous. They stopped because it eliminated the need for a $300 appointment. A cleaning solution that costs pennies and needs no specialized tools cannot generate repeat customers. And what cannot generate repeat customers cannot build a billion-dollar empire. This is the story of the $1 interior restoration formula the detailing industry buried, and the exposed science they pray you never see. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If you are not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we crack open the vaults that entire industries sealed shut. Now here is where this story begins. In 1861, a Belgian chemist named Ernest Solvay stood inside a modest brick factory near Brussels. He perfected a revolutionary process to mass-produce sodium bicarbonate from salt, limestone, and ammonia for almost nothing, a chemical breakthrough that would change household cleaning forever. Before Solvay, this fine white powder was a luxury reserved for pharmacies, wealthy households, and industrial laboratories that could afford the steep import costs. After his breakthrough, it became the cheapest cleaning compound on the planet. By 1900, nearly every household in America had a box of baking soda in the kitchen cabinet. Families used it to scrub wood floors, polish silver cutlery, deodorize upholstery, and restore leather saddles. When Henry Ford started rolling Model T automobiles off the assembly line in 1908, owners did not drive to a detailing shop because detailing shops did not exist. They mixed baking soda with warm water inside a tin bucket and wiped down every surface by hand. The cloth seats came clean in minutes. The painted metal dashboard gleamed like it just left the factory floor. Farmers in the Midwest kept their truck cabins spotless with vinegar rags stored behind the bench seat. No one needed a professional because the professional formula was already sitting in their pantry. A 1912 domestic science manual from Cornell University listed baking soda and white vinegar as the primary cleaning agents for automobile upholstery. The instructions fit on a single page. That single page of knowledge served American car owners for over 40 years without a single update. Then something changed. In 1952, the first dedicated car wash franchise opened its glass doors in a strip mall parking lot in Los Angeles. Within a decade, the concept spread to every major city across the country. By 1965, the interior detailing trade had separated itself from basic washing entirely and declared itself a specialized profession. Suddenly, new chemical brands appeared on store shelves with bright labels and bold scientific claims. Specialized interior cleaners, leather conditioners, vinyl protectants, fabric shampoos, each in its own bottle with its own price tag. Each bottle promised something your grandmother already knew how to do with pantry staples and a cotton rag. The ingredient list printed on the back of those bottles in tiny font told a very different story than the bold marketing claims on the front. The primary active compound in most commercial interior cleaners is a surfactant, a basic chemical workhorse that has been understood since the 1800s. A surfactant is a molecule that breaks the bond between dirt particles and whatever surface they cling to, allowing water to rinse them away. Dish soap contains surfactants. Baking soda dissolved in warm water creates a mild alkaline surfactant solution. White vinegar is a natural solvent that dissolves grease, mineral deposits, and organic residue on contact. The fundamental chemistry has not changed since Ernest Solvay stood in that Brussels factory. What changed was the packaging. A bottle of professional interior cleaner costs $12 to $25 at any auto parts store, and most car owners buy 3 or 4 different bottles because the industry convinced them that each surface type requires its own specialized formula. The active cleaning agent inside that bottle costs less than 3 cents to produce per fluid ounce. Stay with me, because the numbers get much worse. A 1998 study published in the Journal of the American Oil Chemists Society confirmed that sodium bicarbonate solutions at concentrations as low as 2% effectively remove organic soils from synthetic polymer surfaces. That is a scientific way of saying baking soda water cleans plastic dashboards. A 2012 analysis from the University of Nebraska tested common household cleaners against commercial automotive interior products across 6 different surface materials: vinyl trim, leather upholstery, polyester fabric, nylon carpet, ABS plastic panels, and polyurethane foam padding. The household solutions matched or exceeded the commercial products in 4 out of 6 categories. In the 2 categories where commercial products won were scented finish and UV protectant coating, not cleaning power, fragrance, and a thin layer of silicone spray that costs 40 cents per bottle to manufacture. That is what the detailing shop charges you $300 for: fragrance and silicone. Now, before I go deeper, I put together something for you. Everything I am about to reveal in this video and much more is waiting inside the forbidden camping vault. The complete car interior restoration guide with the exact $1 formula and mixing ratios. The rust elimination manual that shows you how to dissolve corrosion on any vehicle for under $2. The engine bay degreasing protocol that dealership technicians use, but charge $400 to perform. The headlight restoration method using toothpaste and aluminum foil that takes 9 minutes flat. The emergency roadside repair document with 37 fixes using items already in your glove compartment. The upholstery stain annihilation chart covering coffee, ink, grease, blood, and pet damage. The paint scratch removal guide that eliminates trips to the body shop forever. Over 10 guides in one vault, no fluff, straight to the point. The link is in the description. But stay right here because the science is about to get very interesting. A 2015 paper from the Department of Polymer Science at the University of Akron studied what actually causes dashboard degradation inside automobiles. The answer was not age. It was the accumulation of plasticizer migration combined with ultraviolet oxidation on the surface layer. In plain language, the chemicals embedded inside your dashboard plastic slowly rise to the surface over time, forming a thin, oily film that you can sometimes feel when you run your finger across a sun-baked panel. Sunlight streaming through the windshield then hardens and cracks that exposed layer, turning it gray and brittle and giving your interior that aged, neglected appearance that detailers love to charge you $300 to fix. Every commercial dashboard restorer on the market works by adding a fresh coat of synthetic plasticizer on top, a temporary cosmetic layer that wears off within weeks. But a simple mixture of white vinegar and olive oil accomplishes the exact same restoration at the molecular level, and it does it for pennies. The acetic acid in vinegar strips away the oxidized crust that dulls the surface, dissolving the hardened residue without scratching the polymer underneath. The oleic acid in olive oil penetrates deep into the polymer matrix and replaces the lost plasticizer from within, restoring flexibility and that original factory sheen from the inside out. This is not folk wisdom passed around a campfire. This is published polymer chemistry from accredited research laboratories. A team at the Indian Institute of Technology in Kharagpur confirmed in 2018 that plant-based oils restore flexibility to ultraviolet degraded polymers at rates comparable to commercial plasticizer compounds. Your grandmother rubbing olive oil on a leather chair was performing materials science without knowing it. The automotive care product industry generates over $12 billion globally per year, and that number has been climbing steadily for the last 2 decades. Interior detailing services alone account for roughly $4 billion of that figure in the United States, a market that barely existed before the 1970s. The average American car owner spends between $600 and $1,200 per year on vehicle appearance maintenance, and most of them have no idea they are overpaying by a factor of 300. That includes 2 to 3 professional detailing appointments per year, plus 8 to 12 individual bottles of specialized cleaning products purchased from the auto parts store at inflated retail markup. The combined ingredients needed to achieve identical or superior results from your own kitchen cost less than $4 for an entire year of complete vehicle interior maintenance. $4 versus $1,200. That gap is not an accident. That gap is a business model. If you have made it this far, you already know more about car interior chemistry than 99% of vehicle owners on the road today, and yet you are still paying someone to spray scented silicone on your dashboard. Subscribe and share this with every car owner you know who deserves to stop bleeding money at the detailing counter. Everything the industry hid is inside the vault. Link in the description. Now stay with me, because this next part is the one they really do not want you to hear. The professional auto detailing industry in the United States alone is valued at over $15 billion. That figure comes from a 2023 IBIS World Market Research Report. $15 billion built on a service that fundamentally relies on one thing: your ignorance. Not incompetence, ignorance. The entire revenue model of the detailing trade collapses the moment customers realize that the core cleaning chemistry is available at every grocery store in the country. You cannot patent baking soda. You cannot trademark white vinegar. You cannot create a subscription service for olive oil and a microfiber cloth. And what cannot be patented, trademarked, or subscription locked cannot generate scalable recurring revenue. The detailing industry understood this threat decades ago and began engineering a solution that had nothing to do with chemistry and everything to do with perception. In 1989, the International Car Wash Association published an internal white paper on consumer education management that fundamentally reshaped how auto care was marketed to the public. The document recommended steering public messaging away from household DIY solutions and toward professional certification language designed to intimidate ordinary car owners into believing they could damage their vehicles. Words like professional grade, dealer approved, scientifically formulated, and laboratory tested started appearing on every bottle at the auto parts counter. Detailing shops began displaying framed certificates on their walls and wearing branded uniforms to project an image of medical precision around what was essentially wiping surfaces with soap. The goal was devastatingly simple: make the customer believe the chemistry was too complex and too risky to replicate at home. A 2016 marketing audit by Frost & Sullivan found that automotive care brands spend over $400 million per year on advertising in North America alone. $400 million to convince you that a $12 spray bottle contains something your kitchen does not. Meanwhile, the material safety data sheets for those same products reveal that the primary ingredients are water, isopropyl alcohol, sodium lauryl sulfate, and fragrance compounds. Every single one of those ingredients is available at any pharmacy or dollar store. The markup from raw chemical cost to retail shelf price averages 800 to 1,200%. Let that number sink in. The bottle costs them 60 cents to fill. You pay $14 at the register, and then you pay another $300 for someone to spray it on your seats for you. Here is where the story gets darker. Many detailing shops apply silicone-based protectants to dashboards and vinyl trim. These products create an instant glossy shine that makes the interior look showroom fresh. But silicone attracts dust at twice the rate of an untreated surface. A 2014 study from the Fraunhofer Institute for Surface Engineering confirmed that silicone coatings on polymer panels increase particulate adhesion by up to 65% within 30 days. Your freshly detailed dashboard gets dirtier faster precisely because it was detailed. The shine wears off in 3 to 4 weeks, and then you book another appointment. That is not a flaw in the product. That is the product working exactly as the manufacturer designed it. The detailing industry figured out something that every subscription company already knows. The fastest path to recurring revenue is a product that solves a problem temporarily while quietly recreating that same problem within weeks. Now here is what you do instead. Step 1. Grab a clean spray bottle from any dollar store. Fill it with 1 cup of warm water from your kitchen tap. Add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar and 1 tablespoon of baking soda slowly because it will fizz inside the bottle. Let it settle for 30 seconds and close the nozzle. That is your all-purpose interior cleaner. Total cost, 11 cents. Step 2. Take a dry microfiber towel and fold it into quarters. Spray the solution onto the cloth, never directly onto the dashboard surface because overspray can seep into electronic controls and speaker grills. Wipe in straight lines from one end of the panel to the other, following the grain of the texture, and you will see the grime lift off onto the towel in real time. Flip the towel to a clean side after every section to avoid redistributing the dirt you just removed. The acetic acid in the vinegar dissolves surface grime on contact, while the baking soda acts as a gentle abrasive that lifts embedded dirt from the microscopic pores of the plastic without scratching. Step 3. For leather seats, mix 1 teaspoon of olive oil with 2 teaspoons of white vinegar in a small bowl. Dip a soft cotton rag into the mixture and wring it until barely damp. Rub in gentle circular motions across the entire leather surface, working 1 seat panel at a time so the mixture does not dry before you can buff it. The vinegar dissolves surface oils, body grease, and accumulated grime, while the olive oil simultaneously conditions the leather and restores its natural suppleness. No need for a separate $40 leather conditioner from the auto parts shelf, because the olive oil is doing the same job. Those bottles charge you 15 times more to accomplish. Step 4. For fabric and cloth seats, sprinkle dry baking soda generously across the entire upholstered surface. Let it sit for 15 minutes while it absorbs odor and loosens stain particles. Vacuum the powder thoroughly with a standard household vacuum using the upholstery nozzle attachment, and watch how much darker and fresher the fabric looks instantly. For stubborn stains that have been sitting for months, apply the vinegar spray solution directly to the spot, wait 5 minutes to let the acetic acid break down the stain bonds, then blot firmly with a clean, dry towel. A mechanic in Oklahoma named Ray Collier posted a side-by-side comparison video in 2021 that the detailing community tried to suppress. He detailed one half of a 2008 pickup truck interior using professional products from a detailing supply store totaling $87. He detailed the other half using nothing but white vinegar, baking soda, and olive oil totaling $1.14 from the grocery aisle. He filmed the entire process under identical lighting conditions, so there was no way to fake the results. He then asked 50 random people at a local car show which side looked better without telling them which products were used. 27 chose the dollar side. 23 chose the professional side. A dead statistical tie at 1% of the cost, and the video reached over 2 million views before it mysteriously stopped appearing in search results. The detailing industry does not want you doing that math. They need the mystique. They need the certification plaques on the wall, the branded spray bottles arranged in a neat row, and the air of scientific authority that keeps you from asking what is actually inside those bottles. They need you to believe that interior restoration is a skilled trade requiring years of formal training, specialized certification, and hundreds of dollars in proprietary chemical solvents that only professionals can purchase. It is not. It is baking soda, vinegar, olive oil, and a clean cloth. 4 ingredients, under $1, available everywhere on the planet where people drive cars and buy groceries. Your great-grandparents knew this before the first car wash franchise ever opened its doors. They kept their vehicles spotless with ingredients that cost almost nothing from the general store. The knowledge did not disappear because it stopped working. It disappeared because it stopped generating profit for the people selling you the alternative. But knowledge like this does not die. It waits in old chemistry textbooks and forgotten domestic science manuals gathering dust on library shelves. It waits for someone to pull it out, hold it up to the light, and refuse to let it be buried again. If this vault made a difference for you, subscribe and share it. Every share is one more vehicle owner who stops handing $300 to someone for spraying a 60-cent solution on their seats. Every subscription keeps these vaults open and searchable when the industry would prefer they disappear from the algorithm entirely. The next vault opens soon, and what is inside is even heavier.